Up next, we have Julius Vega out of Fight Ready taking on Daniel Fessler out of Warriors Guild. This fight originally contracted at 25, but both guys wanted to not continue with the cut, so they decided 35 would produce a much, much better fight. And you know how I love my flyweights. I'll accept. I'll take this fight at 30, 35, whatever it ended up being, because it's a damn good one. Julius Vega, again, out of Fight Ready, one of the bigger camps in the world, taking on Danny Fessler out of little old Warriors Guild.
I kind of got a soft spot for Danny Fessler. I've seen this kid fight a couple times. He has yet to pull out a win, but I really like watching him fight. He does really cool stuff. He's got really good striking. He always comes out very aggressive, and as he has shown right now, comes out very quick. Oh, and like feigns a side kick right there. Both fighters are in an open stance, so their power is open to each other. And Julius Vega immediately shoots in and gets the takedown and takes down Danny Fessler like a cheerleader on prom night. Immediately.
Well, I talked to Cutman Casey, who is also working the event tonight, and he says, look, man, don't sleep on Danny Fessler's ground game. In his last match, which we were unable to see or call, he tells me, look, if there's just a little bit more time, Danny probably catches him in something. So, look, Cutman Casey, very, very respectable jiu-jitsu practitioner in his own right. Nice ground and pound there from Julius. You know, if he says I got to keep an eye on it, then I'm going to keep an eye on it. But right now, good ground and pound, good control here from Julius Vega.
Julius Vega, very, very good wrestler. Very strong top position. And
armbar
by Danny Fessler.
That is deep. That is deep.
Ooh. And Julius Vega.
Switching to a triangle here.
Beautiful submission transition there.
Tries to slam out of it, and he's still in trouble. He's still in trouble.
Oh,
Danny Fessler's got that locked up nice and tight.
That is tighter. That is a tighter move because he survived the slam. The slam either gets you out or it screws you worse. It's usually one of the two. It gets you out or it screws you worse. And Danny Fessler hooks the leg so Julius Vega can't stand up again. That is good bottom game submission skills here by Danny Fessler.
And again, I got to credit Cutman Casey. He's the one that said we got to keep an eye on this. And look, here we are in the first round. Danny Fessler with a tight triangle choke here. Working his way from the bottom. Julius trying to stack him.
This is really good submission skills here by Danny Fessler. Armbar and then transitions to a triangle. Julius Vega's in trouble right here. Al Gaini checking to see, making sure
he's still awake.
Making sure he's awake. He is awake. You can see him pushing off of his right leg. You can see Vega pushing off and posting. Yeah.
Well, the one thing that I worry about this is Danny Fessler is, yes, he's gotten really good with his grappling, but he is not a grappler, and this is a lot of strain on the legs.
He looks like a grappler.
yes, he does.
He looks like a grappler right here. But that is a lot
of strain on the legs. If he does not get this, what does he...
And transitions back to the armbar. And back to the armbar. Armbar triangle, back to armbar.
Man, Danny Fessler is looking slick tonight. Wow.
And that is the end of the first round, and Julius Vega survives.
Surviving is correct. He had to survive.
2 near misses.
3. There was 2 arm bars and a triangle.
Wow. And this fight is brought to you by G4. Thank you, G4. This fight is awesome. This fight is action right now. G4 grown for the craft cannabis enthusiast, promoting a healthier and happier lifestyle, feeling good, living better. Thank you, G4.
Danny Fessler versus Julius Vega. Vega out of Fight Ready, Fessler out of Warriors Guild. The little karate school, not just a karate school. And they're kind of showing it tonight.
No, the Warriors Guild does cool stuff, man. They have a really good striking style that you don't see too much. A lot of guys in MMA, they come from boxing or Muay Thai striking backgrounds, you know, and Warriors Guild has more of a traditional martial arts background. You see side kicks, you see spinning attacks, you see lots of cool stuff that you don't get to see too much in MMA.
I'll tell you what, the striking of Danny Fessler is very beautiful to watch, and Julius has the right game plan to kind of put Fessler on his butt and try to control him, but that's proven to not be as easy as he anticipated tonight. Takedown attempt here. Nice double. Plants him on his butt.
Guillotine, maybe guillotine.
Guillotine attempt here from Danny Fessler.
Well, it's head and arm. It's a head and arm guillotine, and those are more difficult to finish. It's more difficult to finish a head and arm guillotine than it is if you just have only your opponent's head.
Well, this is still a good attempt. You like to see that Fessler is at least trying to win the fight here from the bottom. But now they're all sweaty. Julius is on top in very, very good position here. Fessler looking to transition to an armbar. Julius saw it coming. He's having none of it. Ground and pound here from Vega.
Julius Vega is likely to be a lot more cautious now. I mean, obviously, very close to being submitted there in the first round
several times.
Yes, but now here he is back on top. And as we always talk about, you know, one thing that is not talked about much in MMA is the sweat factor. And that is the later the fight goes, the more fighters get sweaty and the less high percentage that you find your submission techniques, because guys are likely to slip out of things. You know, when things like arm bars, triangles, and things become more difficult because...
Nice stack from Julius. Nice ground and pound.
That is great aggressive ground and pound there by Julius Vega. He's obviously pissed.
I would be too.
Yeah, he's obviously like, no, I'm going to smash you now.
I mean, what does that do to the mindset of Julius Vega? I mean, he's anticipating coming up against a karate-style striker, and the guy put him in 3 or 4 submission attempts already.
Well, if you're Julius Vega, you know you can get the takedown. He knows he can have the takedown if he wants, but now he has to worry about what he does when he gets it. He has to be a lot more cautious. He has to be very, very careful with how he uses his position in his ground and pound, because Danny Fessler has shown that he's really dangerous off the bottom.
Well, and I gotta imagine that those legs are toast. Those legs of Fessler have got to be toast after that first round. Although it was impressive, I mean, I've seen grapplers gas their legs out from less. What
I'm wondering is how if Danny Fessler is going to be content to play this guard game, given the success in the first round. Very successful with his guard game in the first round. Almost submitted his opponent, but now he's on bottom, and both fighters are a little more sweaty, and as you can see right there, he wasn't able to score any submission attempts in that second round. So I got it 1 round apiece right now, and Julius Vega knows he can probably have the takedown if he wants it, and Fessler is in a position where he's like, do I want to play the guard game again? Do I want to try to stay on my back and attempt to submit my opponent and possibly get held down again?
It's definitely a dangerous game to play, especially when Julius now knows that submission threat is there. That, okay, this guy's got triangles, this guy's got arm bars, you know, he tried the guillotine there in the second round. I mean, there's lots of things that Julius is now aware of, but he also has to be aware of them. You know what I mean? He can't just go in there guns ablaze and try to get the takedown, and that's it. Fessler has shown that, hey, I got some jits.
He does have some jits. That's some really good submission game he has off his back. Again, we want to thank G4, going for the calf cannabis enthusiast. Thank you for sponsoring this fight for us, G4. And third round, Danny Fessler and Julius Vega. Oh, and a nice little fake takedown into a punch there by Julius Vega.
Going for the double here. High and low.
Yeah, and see, Julius Vega knows he can have the takedown if he wants it.
Now that, it looks like a solid guillotine attempt there.
That is a good guillotine attempt.
No arm in, but Julius Vega trying to sit out of it, and he does.
And he's out. Julius Vega pulls his head out of that guillotine.
Well, and now if this is just a repeat of the second round, you are looking at definitely 2-1 in favor of Julius Vega. But again, Danny Fessler has proved in the first round that he could be very dangerous off of his back.
Yes.
But this is definitely where Julius Vega wants to be. In top, on control, throwing ground and pound.
Preferably not in the guard. But yes, on top, grounding and pounding. He's very good. He's very strong. He's a good wrestler. He's got really good ground and pound. As you can see here, body, head.
And Fessler just has a closed guard. The legs are pretty low. Julius Vega just able to work some simple ground and pound here. Good control from Vega. Look at how he's controlling the left arm as Fessler. Vega smooshing Fessler up against the cage. That'll prevent a lot of submission attempts.
Ground and pound. Nice ground and pound here by Julius Vega.
Vega all over him. Look
Oh,
at this.
and another triangle attempt, and it's in. And that's
in.
locked. And look at
Fessler needs to pull the foot down a little bit to cinch it a little bit tighter.
Well, look at Fessler hooking the leg. Look at Fessler hooking the leg of
He
Vega.
can't get out of there.
That
He's
is
stuck.
That's tight. And Julius Vega can't stand up because Fessler's hooking his leg.
He turned him over.
That's
Cinching
in.
it up tighter.
That's a tight triangle. That's in.
Julius Vega looks like he's panicking a little bit. It looks like he's in some trouble here. Fessler constantly readjusting.
Oh, and Danny Fessler gets the triangle in the third round.
Not bad for a karate guy.
He's obviously not just a karate guy. Danny Fessler with a slick off his back submission game over a very, very good wrestler.
Well, someone's O had to go in this match, only it's the other way around. Both guys looking for their first victory in MMA. Danny Fessler gets it done in the third round via submission. A triangle. It was a thing of beauty and totally unexpected.
Wow.
Now look, there are guys that say, I've been working on my ground game. And this guy just went out there and proved it. The kid has definitely been working on his ground game. So, Casey, thanks for the foresight there. Thank you for the foresight. And also thanks for taking care of the
Very impressive. Daniel Fessler with a submission.